Alright, so today we are gonna do a day to night kind of situation. I don't think I've ever done a day to night look before. I just got home from work and this is what my makeup looks like after like 9 hours of work. I feel like it's always kind of a struggle when you go out after you have a full face. Sometimes it can be tricky to figure out how to make your face look good with the same makeup on. So these are just some things that I do and some tips I have for you guys. Alright, so since I am looking a little bit oily in my T-zone area, I'm just gonna take this Laura Mercier setting powder. I've only used this once so far. I can't tell if it broke me out or not a little bit. I've heard a ton of people rave about this lately, so I've been trying it out. It comes with a little poof thing that actually looks pretty nice. We're just gonna put a little bit of powder over top. Woo! And anywhere that we're looking a little bit too shiny. If you put a powder over top, I would make sure that it's one that's super finely milled so it doesn't look cakey. A lot of the times when you touch up foundation, it can make it look almost worse and just a little bit caked up. So as you can see, that just kind of mattified everything a little bit. It went pretty hard on the contour today, so I think I'm going to leave the contour. If you didn't contour your face in the morning, you can definitely go in and just sculpt out your cheekbones a little bit. I used my favorite IT Cosmetics My Sculpt a Face palette, which is like holy grail. I feel like my blush faded a tiny bit, so I'm gonna go back in. This morning I used the Tarte Adored blush. Where's my blush brush? Seriously, where are you at? Definitely not wearing a bra right now and it feels fucking fantastic. Oh, in the bag where it's supposed to be. So I'm just gonna put a tiny bit more of this on the cheeks. If you've been following my Instagram, I attempted to dye my hair blue-black again, and it's hard to tell in this lighting, but outside it definitely looks more blue. There's like a little bit of a blue tone to it now. Let me know if you guys would want a video on how to go from black to blue-black. Now what are you doing? So I don't have anything on my eyes right now except mascara, and I am wearing Maybelline Falsies, which I've like fallen in love with. That mascara is freaking amazing. It just makes your lashes look so nice, and I don't feel like I really have to wear eyeliner with it. So I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of MAC's Painterly Paint Pot to prime the eyes. What's new with you guys? How's life? I always want to know where you guys are from. I wish we could like talk. Leave a comment down below and let me know where you're from. I feel like there's a lot of people who watch from California. There's actually a decent amount of people in the Seattle area, which is cool. You definitely want to put some kind of eye primer or base on your eyes if you're going out, because we want our eyeshadow to be looking good all night long. And I'm gonna go in with this Morphe palette. I haven't used this yet. It's the 35U palette. It looks like this. So there's some fun colors in here, but I don't think I'm gonna use any of them. I think I'm just gonna go in with the neutral, boring ones because it's just kind of what I'm feeling right now. This shade right here looks beautiful. So I'm just gonna go in with a fluffy brush and we're gonna blend this into the crease. Should we zoom you guys in? So I feel like we haven't like talked in a while, so I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of a life update right now. I am moving apartments again. I'm still staying in Seattle. I'm actually staying in the same neighborhood because I freaking love it. 3 people in a 2-bedroom just wasn't gonna work out for another year. So my best friend is actually moving closer to her work, and then me and my other roommate are staying together. It'll be weird because it's the first time I haven't lived with Rach in like 4 years, but I think it'll also be fun because then we can like sleep over at each other's house and it'll just be fun to like do something different, I guess. I don't know, that's how I'm looking at it. We did find a new apartment, which I'm really excited about, and I move in July 7th, so super soon, and I'm gonna be out of town for work for like every other weekend. So I basically have like a week to move everything over and move into the new place. I'm gonna be vlogging as much as it. I'm gonna try to vlog as much as I can. It's always hard when you're like in the moment and trying to get shit done to remember to like whip out a camera. There's some super pretty coppery red colors in here. I think I'm gonna go in with these two. So I'm just gonna take my finger. Oh my god, this is beautiful. Hell yeah. This reminds me of like clay in a good way. This feels super soft and is like blending out really nicely. I haven't used Morphe shadows in probably like a year. I don't know why, I just never go for like the big palettes. If you get shadow on your lashes as you're doing this, don't worry about it because we're gonna go in with mascara and falsies, so it's all good. Then I'm gonna go in with that light shade that was right next to it. I'm just gonna pop this right in the center. I feel like I just almost poked myself in the eyeball. This one isn't as pigmented, it's just giving it kind of like an orangey thing. So JK. We're actually gonna go in with this light gold shade right here. Whoa. There we go. Just gotta pile it on. So the apartment is 2 bedrooms. It has hardwood floors except in the bedrooms. The living room is freaking huge. It has a gym downstairs. If I don't go to the gym with a gym in my apartment building, we have an issue. I'm just gonna pack on this cool tone brown color. It's not really as dark as I want it, and there's not really any other deep brown matte colors in this palette, so I'm gonna go in with the It Cosmetics palette and take the shade Java right here. And whatever's left over on the brush, I'm blending inwards in the crease. I am going to be painting all of the walls white, which I am freaking stoked for because I literally can't stand tan walls. Like, they make me cringe. I really need to work on my desk area and like makeup organization because right now it's just out of control. I do not have enough space. This is just a matte tan shade, and we're going to put this under the brow bone. If you bring color too far in or something, or you just want to clean it up, you can always go in with the lighter shade and just kind of blend it out. I'm going to go back in with that first shade we used and just blend this on the bottom lash line. So I'm going to go back into the lighter gold shade, and I'm just going to wet it and see if we can spray it with some setting spray and see if we can get a little more shine out of it. Oh yeah. So I'm just putting this only on the center of my eye. Now we're talking. This one looks like 50 billion times better wet. I'm also going to take that wet gold shade and just put a tiny bit on the lower lash line, just on the inner part. So for the waterline on the bottom, we're going to use this Tarte Inner Rim liner. I've never used this before. This is like super tiny. I feel like my hand is ginormous. Waterproof Inner Rim 12-hour liner. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it's not coming off super black, and the tininess kind of makes it harder to get like a solid line in there, which is kind of weird. Not a fan of that. We're gonna go with 24/7 by Urban Decay instead. Like, look at how much blacker that is. I'm gonna take my finger on the white shimmery shade in this palette and just kind of like rub a little bit off on my other finger, and then we're just gonna put a tiny bit of this on the inner part because I feel like I look a little bit raccoon-like right now. So now we're gonna go in with liner. I think I'm gonna try out the Essence, what is it called, 2-in-1 eyeliner pen. I tried this out like 1 or 2 times and I can't remember what I thought of it, so we're gonna try it out again. I'm so attached to my Physicians Formula Eye Booster that I never want to try out new eyeliners, so we're just using a different one today. Whoa. I'm using the thin side right now, by the way, I believe, yeah. It is nice and black. Let's see how this wing goes. Not too bad. I actually got a nice little point going there. Alright, my camera just overheated, so I just did my other wing while it was chilling out. I don't understand that. Like, your one job in life is to turn on. Can't even do that. Anyways, so I just did the other wing, and it was like one of those days where this one just kept getting bigger, so this one just kept getting bigger. You know how it goes. First impression on that eyeliner, not too bad for being like $1.99 or something. So I'm gonna go in with the Ardell 102 Demis. These are like my go-to lashes when I don't want something super dramatic, but I still want my eyelashes to look more separated. These are looking pretty dirty. Let's see if we can get one more use out of these bad boys. And we're just chilling while this dries. I'm gonna put on some setting spray really quick just to set our face makeup. This is gonna help a lot to make your makeup look not as like caked on and make it look more fresh. I'm just using my favorite L'Oreal Infallible. This stuff is like one of my holy grail products. I just like to fan it off and kind of keep my eyes closed as it dries. Makes your skin look super nice and fresh and like dewy. I am going to go over the band afterwards, don't fret. The thick side of this is actually really great for covering the lash band. You guys can see that it's kind of like angled, so it just makes it easy. It's literally like a marker, so it makes it super easy to just draw over that thing. I'm gonna take some mascara just to blend the natural lashes in with the false ones. Now I'm just gonna apply some of my bottom mascara to the bottom since it's kind of like faded a little bit throughout the day. And that's everything for the eyes. Alright, so the camera just overheated again, so I just went ahead and put on like a nudie one because I wanted to see what it looks like, and I think we're actually going to stick with this. I just went in with my usual Colourpop Cookie and Colourpop Skimpy. That has been my go-to nude combination lately. So this is the final look. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up so I know. I hope this was helpful for some of you, and yeah. Love you guys, thanks for watching, see you in my next video, bye.